Hi guys, it's Bunny Girl, and today I will continue my talk with, actually this time I have Alex and Gaming and Derwin here, my two friends, and they will be here instead of Jason because Jason has a date or something and he cannot come tonight.
Yeah, he has a date with Where is replacement?
Oh yeah, you are, and you will have to talk about Dragon Ball Z today, especially about the movie Resurrection F.
Oh my goodness,
Dum,
have you
dum,
seen the
dum.
movie?
Yeah, it's the first movie ever that I watched regarding this anime. I never saw any series. Well, actually, I knew about Dragon Ball Z and I knew it as an anime cartoon, something for kids. When I was a child, it was always on my TV, but these guys screamed a lot and shouted a lot. All the time, whenever I turn this anime on, I just hear some people like,
Everybody always confuses that as being cartoonish or for children, but once you
and I'm like, where is the action in this? What's happening here? They are
no, don't get me wrong.
shouting.
There are certain moments where it's like, it's so melodramatic and everything is like so slow paced, but then there are times when you turn on the channel and you watch, it's just back and forth action, people just beating the crap out of each other, blood everywhere, screaming. So it's more than just for kids, and I think there's a lot of life stories that you can learn from these characters. Now, I know that you just saw Resurrection F, and I'm pretty sure you probably have like a million questions right now regarding the movie. But my first question to you is, how did you enjoy it? Like, going in there for the first time watching it, did you actually leave the theater satisfied, or did you leave the theater kind of wondering like why?
I wasn't in the theater because it wasn't showing here in the theater. They never show such movies in the theater, so I actually watched a webcam version with like a really bad sound, but I really had to do it. I really wanted to watch it as soon as possible. And no, but the
we have Zombie Derwin on the other side.
But it was a good quality at least. But I couldn't wait for the.
My fault. It's the audio delay.
But we don't understand you, friend.
But yeah, when it comes to the whole anime, before I watched it, I prepared actually. I prepared it. He's in delay the whole time. He's in.
Poor Derwin.
Poor Derwin. Oh my god. We feel so sorry for you, Derwin.
You know, what's actually rare is the fact that, you know, it's really rare to find, you know, women out there who are into anime as well, because most girls out there, they look at anime and they're just like, oh, it's just either for children or it's for nerds. But you can actually learn a lot from anime, in particular Dragon Ball Z. You can actually correlate to some of these characters, because I'll give you an example, right? You have Goku, who is a character who just trains selflessly to become, you know, the strongest he can be and fight another person just to test himself. And then you have a person like Vegeta, who in real life can relate to jealousy because he always trains out of, you know, a selfish factor to become better than anybody else around him. So the anime is much deeper than what people, you know, perceive it to be as. And Resurrection F definitely ties in with like the original stuff. And I'm not entirely sure if you saw the original fights between, you know, Goku and Frieza.
Oh yes, I did on YouTube. I saw some, just prepared in advance to see who's the negative guy, who's the villain, who's the superhero. I didn't know anything, so I did prepare in advance. I saw the whole background story when it comes to Vegeta and Goku. I know everything about them, and about Frieza as well. All these troubles that they went through when Frieza killed Goku's father also. So yeah, I did see many battles, and it like prepared me for the whole movie. But when I started watching the movie, I didn't expect this kind of movie. It was funny, really funny at the start. It was funny. I immediately connected with all the characters. I don't know how, but I liked all the characters there. Also the girl, Bluma, or what's her name?
Oh my god.
Mama, she's amazing. I like how she screams a lot. And
so which character could you say you related to the most in that film?
Oh, I think to her. Maybe because she's a girl, and she's so tiny and small, but scary at the same time.
And she yells a lot.
I yell a lot. I yell a lot. I am a rager when it comes to game. I shout a lot sometimes, yeah, and I am so energetic. And
I don't know. To me, it sounds like you're more like Vegeta, because how many times was he pissed off in the film and he was yelling around?
I'm not jealous. No, I'm not jealous. But
still get very angry. Vegeta was angry in the film a lot.
He was, especially by the end of the movie.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we can't spoil it. I will put
we
we can't spoil everything here. I will put like spoilers all the way on the title and everywhere around the screen.
Okay, so let's begin off here. So like after watching this film, did you think it was better than Battle of Gods? If you didn't, why or why not so? Because a lot of people would often say that Battle of Gods had a more of an in-depth story than Resurrection F, because Resurrection F had more of a, you know, more of a Dragon Ball Z style of fighting where it was just mainly action rather than story. So I want to get like your take on this, because
what's your take on this? Because I haven't watched Battle of Gods.
For me, I think for me definitely this was one of my favorites, because if you look at it from a storytelling point of view, Frieza was there. He wanted to extract his revenge for obvious purposes. Of course, you know, his character did develop as well, because once he got to that level of power, he became so confident, so cocky, that he didn't really care anymore. You know, like I think personally, he should have finished off Goku right then and then when he had the chance, instead of allowing Vegeta to try to kill Goku for him, because I think that takes away the purpose of being dead for so long. And that was the whole point, right? He was in the film, he was always pissed off, oh, I've been dead for so long, hoopty hoopty. Yeah. And then he comes back, he fights Goku, he finally has him on the ground dying with his heart blown out, and he doesn't kill him. You know, like that kind of takes away, but I kind of understand where he came from, because he wanted, you know, Vegeta to reclaim his loyalty to him.
Yeah.
So I think it was one of the best DBZ films that I watched. But then again, if you were to ask me this when I was a kid, I would definitely tell you this one. But as of right now, I would say it would either be between this one and possibly one of the old school Dragon Ball Z movies. Now, like what I mean by that is either the Janemba movie or the Broly movie, because they had also like really cool stories and stuff. So, but if I had to narrow it down, I would say this is my favorite, just because of all the things that happened within it. Like the comedy aspect was great, the action was great, like the animation itself, my goodness, like obviously it's a high budget profile movie, so you have to have the, you know, the best animation possible.
But still, I don't think the animation were that great. I think they stuck with the original anime style with 2D, like, but I am an artist and I like to draw a lot of comic books characters, anime, and I pay a lot of attention to anatomy, for example.
Right.
The perspective, sometimes the anatomy was really off, but I think that's always the case when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. That's their own style. They make the head sometimes bigger than the body, or the body too much muscular, or something like that for the head or something. Yeah. So basically, I don't agree when it comes to the animation, because I think they could have put more details, even though it's 2D, not 3D. And also, why didn't they use 3D? CGI, maybe. It would be more awesome, in my opinion, because
the whole thing would have looked like a game if it was like that.
The game, the CGI game, the new Dragon Ball Z game, it's not Z, it's different title, yeah. I think it's amazing. It looks more like superhero kind. It reminds me a lot of Marvel and DC movies with all the CGI, but I think they wanted to keep it like classic. Dragon Ball Z was always 2D and they wanted to keep it like that.
I think they definitely improved from like the old animation per se, because if you look at the texture, the coloring, the overall like scheme of the way the characters move and stuff, I think that they definitely came a long way. And there were certain things that you can actually see if you pause it really fast within Resurrection F that were 3D animations, because there were certain snippets that I picked out when I saw it. I was like, wait a minute, that's completely computerized and CGI.
I like when the whole planet exploded. I like that.
Oh yeah,
part.
That was awesome. That was definitely awesome. But comparing to where they used to be, I think they definitely gone a long way. Now, a lot of people can't really compare this animation to like something like, you know, Attack on Titan or Death Note or something, because every anime has like their own style of animation. But I would say the animation for this movie has definitely improved, even slightly more so than Battle of Gods, because Battle of Gods had decent animation, it had really good animation, but then I think this one definitely just mellowed it out a little bit. You can actually see some of the textures and the graphics and stuff like that, so it was pretty cool. Now for me, I think that they should have opened up the movie like internationally in every theater, because if they made $8 million, they could have made so much more if they just kept the movie. Exactly, if they kept the movie in theaters like a regular film should be, they would have made so much more money. But I don't know, for unknown reasons, they just choose to, hold it in selected
And
theaters.
there weren't any movies like this in our theaters. And I know that we have a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans around here, so maybe they also go and watch the movie as well. Well, when it comes to me, I wasn't a huge fan. As I told you before, I thought it was more for men, not a girly kind of anime.
Right.
But I like animes. I watched Attack on Titans. One of my favorite is Death Note. So basically, I gave this one really a chance, and I liked it. I didn't know that I will fall in love with all these characters immediately. They somehow made you in the first 5-10 minutes, like they introduced all the characters to you immediately. You know who they are, how they act, how they look, and you fell in love with them, even though I don't know them. I have never watched any animes before regarding Dragon Ball Z, and now I think I will watch everything regarding this anime. Because I want to know more about the whole story. I want to know more about
If you really want to watch...
Oh no, definitely. But there are...
So what do you recommend for someone who has never watched before, but already knows a lot about the story, you know?
That's a very good question. I mean, there are going to be certain things that you're not going to like either.
What did you say, Derwin? The original. But it's too old.
It is, but...
Oh, Derwin, you are so... We can't even hear you.
He's in space.
You're in a different space right now.
He's probably on Namek. He's talking to us through Namek. It's alright, though. Dedication from Namek. But, I mean, I don't know. For me, personally, if you already saw the Frieza arc, right, I would say the next best thing to do is watch the Android/Cell saga, because it really develops, like, from various standpoints. From a family standpoint, where, you have Goku and Gohan, and him bonding with his son.
Yes, I want to see more of that. I know you guys like to see more action, more explosions and things like that, but me personally, I would like to know more about the characters and their history.
No, then that definitely builds up. That definitely builds up during the Cell saga, because you see a lot of character interaction. There's a lot of fighting scenes, don't get me wrong, but there's also so many scenes where you get to see the characters interact with one another, and like you get to see pure emotion come out of each one, like from Trunks, from Vegeta, Goku, his son,
and before
even the villains.
Yeah, before when I watched the movie, I'm like, okay, why are they screaming for 5 minutes without stopping? But now I figured out that they have like Saiyan and Saiyan 1, Saiyan 2, so they have to develop this energy, and that's what makes you like really like that they are screaming a lot, shouting a lot, and wanting to get more and more powerful and changing their whole appearance. And when it comes to Frieza also, when he immediately transformed to his Super Saiyan, I don't know which one, I don't want to
Super Saiyan Frieza? What?
No, and when he transformed to...
Oh no, yeah, that's his evolution. But
like immediately he transformed to his last form, but then he became the Golden Frieza.
No, absolutely, you're right. And here's the thing about the whole screaming thing. The screaming aspect has to do with pressurized, body mass on your body. Like, for example, you're gathering up all the energy in your body, you're channeling up all the chi, and you're forming it, and you're bonding that within yourself to create more energy, to create a more superior being, I would say. Because, for example, like Super Saiyan 3, right? Super Saiyan 3 was said to have so much pressure on your body that once like you were to achieve it, you can't really function correctly, because it puts a lot of strain on your body. Like, for example, when Goku first turned Super Saiyan 3, he told everybody that he wasn't able to hold the form for so long because there's so much pressure that's on the body that your body cannot possibly be able to cope with that unless you master it over a long period of time. And that's what Goku, Vegeta, and everybody else has been doing. They've been mastering these regular forms and these Super Saiyan forms over a very long course of time, to which where they're able to master their abilities and combat their opponents much easier.
But for example, oh Derwin, you have to fix that mic. I can hear Alex twice.
Oh, there.
Yes.
And now I hear myself also.
Which one?
There's two bunnies!
And now I hear myself.
There's two bunnies!
Okay, that's crazy.
Holy crap, dude.
Too
Get off
bad.
Namek.
That's too bad. That's too bad. We can't even talk like this. It's awful, dude.
Not on there.
But
What?
don't get me wrong, there were a few people that did not like the movie. There were.
I don't know. I liked it. I liked it. And one of my friends who's a big fan, he didn't even finish the movie. He said, "This is not the old style. This is not what I was looking for." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't even know what the old style. I like this so much."
And that's the thing. It's like, what does he mean by old style?
I don't know. I can't even ask him because I don't know what he wants to say, what he's talking about. He said like something regarding it wasn't what he expected from Frieza, especially, or something like that. He was disappointed by Frieza's action or something like that.
Well, I would say it's an improvement. I mean, the voice actor is different in this movie than the original series. In the original series, the Frieza voice actor was more conniving and more menacing, whereas opposed to this one, I think this one was more like egotistical and, you know, prideful as opposed to the old one, because obviously for obvious reasons when you listen to both of them, you're gonna know the difference. But fighting wise, I can kind of see where he's coming from, because this Frieza wasn't as aggressive as the one that was shown, you know, years
I
ago.
actually felt so sorry for him by the end of the movie. I was like, is that all you can do?
Well, remember, this goes back to what I just said. He's so prideful and egotistical that even Goku and Vegeta pointed it out. They told him, they were like, you were so quick to come here once you reached your new form that you didn't even take the time to master anything. You just came here obscurely and you wanted to fight, and now that you got your ass beat, you want to bitch about it. So, I mean, that's essentially what happened. He transformed. There was too much pressure on his body. He began to die out. Goku beat him up and got shot in the end. But then, you know,
Derwin wants to say something. What's that, Derwin? Say it! Now we have to wait for him to hear what we said.
I was gonna say that Frieza didn't really get used to his form out of nowhere.
I need a translator here, Alex.
He said something about waffles?
No, I think he said something about Frieza.
No, yeah, he said something about the golden waffle. What golden waffle do you speak of? Derwin? Okay. Well, he's right. I mean, Frieza's form, he wasn't used to it at all. But again, it's like in real life, right? If you were to learn a new technique without perfecting it, and you want to fight somebody and use the technique and you end up messing it up, that's really
While Goku and Vegeta, both of them were training a lot while Frieza was dead, you know?
Oh, of course.
And that's Frieza's problem, was that, as you say, egoistic. He thought he can do it without thinking that maybe Goku is now more powerful than he was the last time.
But then again, Frieza never
and Vegeta was like, oh my god, what's that? That's something new from him.
Exactly, and
he shocked everyone.
With Dragon Ball Super, this new anime series tells the story in between these arcs. So you finally get to see like how everything came about and how they trained and whatnot. But you're right. I mean, Frieza came there unexpectedly. I mean, he knew right off the bat that Goku was going to be very strong because of what Sorbet told him on the ship. He told him that you know, Goku has become so strong he was able to knock off Majin Buu, and Majin Buu within that little universe, aside from Beerus, is supposed to be like one of the strongest fighters out there. And Frieza even said it himself, like he never really had to train because he was born that way. He was born very strong. So what's the point of, you know, training when you're naturally born strong? So he figured, if I take 4 months to train and I can recuperate and adapt my body, I'll be able to be stronger than Goku and I'll kick his ass, and then, you know, well, whatever happens from there happens. But again, that was his downfall because he tried, and you know, he didn't do it right off the bat. I think if he were to do it right off the bat and kill Goku just instantly, I think there wouldn't have been a problem for, you know, him to possibly kill off Vegeta, but he just took too much time.
Yeah, that's what villains do. The worst thing they can do is talk a lot and brag a lot about their power and everything.
Exactly.
Oh, Derwin dropped the call. Call dropped. Yeah. We lost Derwin. Oh no, we lost Derwin.
It's your fault.
No, it's not my fault. Why it's my fault?
No, it's your fault, Kakarot.
Kakarot?
No, I mean, but I get what you mean. Oh, Kakarot's, by the way, that's Goku's real name, you know.
Kakarot is Goku's real name? Why does he have two names?
Goku's real Saiyan name is Kakarot. But that like only Vegeta knows that because he was, you know, born on that planet. That's his home world planet, you know, like that's his God-given name. But when he came to Earth, he didn't know what his name was. So obviously he just went along with Goku, and that's what he wants to be called. So it's like
is there a meaning for their names? Maybe.
No,
oh no, yeah, absolutely. Every character has a meaning behind their names. For example, Goku's name is supposed to be after carrots. Like every character is supposed to have. I know it's as funny as it is. Every character has to do with either vegetables or
really
some sort of. I
totally
kid you not.
unexpected.
I kid you not. Broly, broccoli, kakarot, carrots. It's,
Wow.
Yeah,
see,
whiskey,
as much
beers,
as
beer.
the anime is serious and for grown-ups, it still has this element of childish, like a cartoonish way. But I like that. I like that about it. And by the end, you see, like, Goku was so powerful, he killed Frieza, and he was scary, really, when you see him astounding. And then, by the end, when Vegeta got mad at him because he killed Frieza and he was yelling at him, and he acted like childish, like scratching his head and laughing a lot. I'm like, oh my god, look at him, he's so cute and sweet
he's
now.
like a big goofball. Vegeta's always the serious one, and Goku's always like the one that's, you know, acting
goofing
like a clown.
around, yeah, acting like a clown.
My favorite part was when they were training with Whis, and they weren't even able to hit him once, and then they bumped heads, and then Vegeta's like, "Oh damn it, Kakarot!" And then Goku's like, "It was a mistake."
I would watch the whole anime watching them train, just train with the gods, and the Whis, or I don't know what the name of the cat god.
Oh, Beerus.
Whis.
Yeah. He's sleepy and he destroyed the planet.
Beerus is lazy as hell.
Beerus is one of my favorites. Like he's grown upon me because he's so lazy and like melodramatic, but at the same time he can be very serious when he wants to be.
But it was so funny. They can change everything. The gods can, like, they are so powerful. They can do whatever they want, but they don't want to actually interfere in any of these small matters or business. But by the end of the movie, when they came to that planet to eat that ice cream cake, something.
Yeah, that was the entire purpose why they came there. Just
yeah, it was fun. No, I don't think that was like one of the purpose, because they ate it, but they kept there and they actually helped Goku and all the people of the planet.
Oh, when Beerus said Frieza.
Well, remember, if they didn't have any ice cream, that planet would have been gone.
So the ice cream saved the planet.
I mean, if you think about it, that's what happened in Battle of Gods. You know, like the altercation happened over pudding.
Pudding?
Yeah, Battle of Gods. The whole issue here in Battle of Gods was Beerus wanted to eat pudding, Majin Buu didn't let him, and that's how it all escalated.
Oh,
you have this god who wants to eat pudding. And you had Majin Buu who said no because he's fat and lazy, and he ate all the pudding right in front of the god, and the god got mad, and boom, there's your trouble.
Oh my god, I like.
So these deities, they do care about the food because they don't have that in their home world. They don't know what it's like to eat human food. So every time when they're there, they eat like strawberries, you know, cakes and stuff like that, and they love it. Like, you know, they absolutely adore it, and they'll go out of their way to come and, you know, interact with you, so as long as you pay them in food.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, one last thing, because we are actually talking a lot. It's 33 minutes. Oh my god.
Holy
oh
shit.
my god. So basically, I just want to ask you, Alex, one more thing. Actually, two things. First, the bad and good when regarding this movie, Resurrection F. What do you think was good and what do you think bad? But in short, just like a couple of sentences.
Okay, to sum it up, the pros about this movie was the fact that they executed the story very well with, you know, Frieza coming back and trying to exact his revenge on Goku, and then there being no interference towards the end. The con, however, I feel like they should have gave the victory and the glory to Vegeta because as a child, he had his homeworld taken away. He had his rightful throne taken away. He was always castrated as, you know, Goku's shadow over the years. So I think Frieza should have been defeated by Vegeta because at that very moment when Frieza was down on his knees begging for his life, that's when I think Akira Toriyama should have allowed Vegeta to have that moment because Vegeta never really had that big of a moment before. So I think that would have been like it right there. But instead, Goku outshined them, and I
Of
think that was a
course.
big.
But Goku always outshines. That's the whole purpose. But maybe they will make a movie only for Vegeta or something like that.
Oh, I
maybe
hope so.
he's saving the right moment or the right story or plot
That is true.
for it. We don't know. Okay, one more thing. What would you tell a girl about how would you describe Dragon Ball Z to a girl who wants to watch it but never did? And you want her to get into the whole story and you want her to like it so much.
I would say, like, disregard the screaming and disregard like the motionless fighting, and I would say focus on like the true intent of the characters, because every single character has a motive to why they fight. For example, there are I'll give you a little example. There are girls out there that get abused verbally, sexually, mentally, and they have no other choice but to fight. But sometimes they don't know what they're fighting for. So in Dragon Ball Z, every character fights for a specific reason. You know, you have one character who wants to fight to become the best. You have another character who fights to become, you know, more powerful than anybody else out of a selfish reason. You have another character like Gohan who only fights to protect his family because he doesn't like to fight, but when he's backed up in that corner, like, he has to protect himself and his family and everybody he loves. So I think Dragon Ball Z is the definition of, you know, a human's morality to an extent where we can all connect to certain characters. I mean, you're not going to connect to every character, but for example, Bulma's very smart, and she has intellectual gifts where she can actually help people out, and she helps out her family and loved ones, and then when she sees something, you know, tragic happen, she goes out of her way to, you know, try to make matters better for her and her family and all the other people. So I would say for a girl, focus primarily on character development rather than just screaming, because obviously I wouldn't say there's nothing wrong with screaming, because when we're angry,
now I get it.
Right?
Now I get
like,
why they are screaming, and with time watching it, you want more. You want more of the screaming.
Absolutely.
If you listen to screaming like from behind, you don't know what's happening. That will really bug you. But once you get into the whole story, actually, you enjoy the screaming. And I'm a girl, and I enjoyed it.
That's very good.
How about you, Darwin? Can he hear us?
Can you guys actually hear me now, because it keeps glitching?
Oh, yeah. We can't hear you. The connection is bad from your side. Sorry.
I feel like he's talking out of like a trash can. He's just trying to communicate, but it's not going through.
Okay, one last word from Darwin.
A bit good, but I would say like the CGI was perfect and everything. I really hope they make a third movie after Dragon Ball Super.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there will be a third movie?
I hope so.
I really hope so.
I think so, because it made a lot of money, and that's what they care about.
Yeah,
profit.
It's not that much important if the quality is still good. If the quality of the movie is still good, if they are not actually making crappy movies, just do it. We will give you the money, just keep us entertained.
Just do it!
Just do it!
Just do it!
Yeah, Darwin, what?
Said hashtag just do it.
Hashtag just do it. Okay, that's it, I think. Do you want to add anything more, guys?
I would say thank you for having us on your show, guys. For those of you out there who know me on Real ENT Gaming, I would really hope and, you know, pray for you guys to go on ahead and check out Bunny Girl.
Yeah, I will put a link in the description of this video so you can check Alex's and Darwin's channels.
I hate my connection.
I hate it too! I hate it so much!
I'll call Frieza and ask him to see if he can better your connection.
Frieza won't help, I'll just ask Cooler.
Oh my god. Before they start, guys, I will go. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for being on this something broadcast show, whatever it is. I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed watching Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, and I think I will watch more, talk more about this anime, because there is a lot to say about it, and especially from a girl's perspective. I have never heard, so if you are a girl and you're watching this, please comment. I want to hear what you think about it. Ouch, that hurt. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bunny Girls out. Bye bye. Peace.